Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do our Cotton Cuts mystery puzzle. It's called Tree of Life. It is clue 1. So these are the blocks we're going to make. We're going to make 2 of each. I've got all my pieces laid out just according to this. This was a subscription. I ordered it. The pieces came to me already cut. I won't be giving out sizes, but we are going to follow these directions to sew them. We're just going to do them one step at a time and line them all up. So I've even got them labeled here. I don't know if you can see that. There's an F, a B, an A. So I've labeled them and put them out exactly like the picture was. So let me get rid of my rotary cutter. We don't need it for this. Yay. Or our ruler. Well, I'll move it over here because it puts a glare on it. I do see that. So, step 1 says we're going to take our A pieces. There's 4 of these, so we're going to make 2 flying geese. I'm going to lay this to the side so it's out of my way. Let me move my little stand over. We're going to make 2 flying geese. So I'm just going to move these up because I don't want to move them too much, but I need them a little bit out of my way. So we're going to take these. We're making 2 flying geese blocks with these. So we're going to take and just open them up, lay them the way they're going to go, and then they're going to go with our D triangle, which is this one. So we'll need 2 of it. Now if you're doing this, I did open it up and I searched through it. I made sure I had all my pieces when I laid it out like that. So we're just going to fold one over on each side, and I'm just going to sew down through. This might be a bit of a longer video because I am going to do it all on camera. So we're just going to head over and sew that up. And I am also going to do it just step by step. Make sure they're lined up when I get them over here. Oh, I dropped my scissors. Give me just a minute. So also I bought the kit, which is, well, it's all a kit, but I prepaid, so I got the thread kit with it. So I did change it to the gray thread that I got in the kit. It's a very soft thread. So let's cut that off. We'll use an ender so I can do these both at the same time. I don't have another thing to go on it. Grab our little mat. I'm just going to lay it on top of this. It'll be fine. We're going to iron them open. I'll tell you, my selling point on this was that they sent me the fabric already cut. It's very nice. Alright, so then we're going to, there it is. We're going to sew our other side on. So we're just going to, I'll use this, fold it over. And fold this one over. And we'll head back over, and I'm going to lay this to the side. We're done with it for now. We're just going to sew these 2 up as smoothly as the last 2 went, hopefully. Next one. that off. Let's iron these open, and it's beautiful already. This actually wasn't, I'm going to redo that because I want to. Because if it doesn't come out right now, I'm not going to want to finish the whole block. So we're just going to pick it out a little. I thought it went wonky on me at the end there. I'm doing this way because it is on the bias. So I don't want to ruin it too much. And actually I'm only doing it to there because then I can straighten it out and redo it. But before we go over there and redo that, we're going to go ahead and do our next step, which is another flying geese set. So this time we're going to take this piece, our piece E, and we're going to make 2 more flying geese. So we're doing E with D, which is this one for me. I don't know what your D piece is. And we're gonna just lay these out like we did the other one. And then as I do that, I'm going to take the first 2 over. I've got that other one to sew, resew. So we're just going to take these over then also and sew them down through. So let's go on over. I'm just going to resew the whole way, really, because it's easier. And it's not going to hurt anything. Wow. It might hurt me. Alright, grab our next one. One, second one, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna cut these off. Come back over. We will iron these open. And iron this open. Much better this time, see? See. It does not hurt to redo it. So we're going to lay that to the side. Alright, so then we're going to add our other side. We're just going to fold this over and fold this one over. And we're going to head over and sew those up. Let's head over. Grab the next one, line it up. going to iron these open. And then our first block really is just sewing these two together. So you're going to sew these with your A pieces on top, which was this one, and if you're not sure, double check. But another way you can tell is because this is going to form an arrow. So we're just going to fold this down. I'm going to pin this, but I'm actually going to pin it from the back side because I want to try to watch it go across that point there to line it up. And I'm going to pin it so it stays as even as possible. Right there. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to, again, and make sure point in the same fabrics, and I'm going to fold that over and flip it over. Oh, see that? Should I redo it? I'm not gonna. That's enough that I think it'll be fine. It's okay to mess up, and if you want to, absolutely redo it. But I think it'll be all right. I'm also gonna put one in here. I'm gonna pull this back and put one in there. So let's head over and sew these together. So something I should have mentioned is the way I'm ironing it is the way the instructions say to iron it also. These instructions tell you which way to iron your seams to, which actually is where I would have ironed them to anyway. And again, this is for the small one. I think the large one has different blocks. I don't know if it has different blocks or if it's just bigger cuts. I really don't know. So if you're doing the bigger one, and I know somebody commented that they were, let me know if it's the same or not. Alright, so this one we're going to iron up to the point, this one, to our A piece. We're in our second one. So this is our first block done. I like it. We're going to lay it to the side. Next, we're going to make our second block. So we're going to make two. I guess you're going to make two of everything because that's how it's working. So we need two of F, which is this one, which we only have two, so nice. And we're going to need four of B, two for each. And this is my B. And we're going to sew these like this. And again, just going to pull them from here. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to fold this over. I'm going to flip it over and sew from this side. And then I'll do the same for this one. And we're going to head over and sew them up. If I can get it to line up correctly. There we go. And the next one. go back over. And these you're going to iron to the bee fabric. So we're going to iron it to this one. We're going to lay it back out. And we're going to do this one now. Just fold it down. We're going to carry it over and sew it up now. I'm just ironing it, or lining it up. Ironing it, silly girl. Grab the other one. Go back over. And iron this open to B again. Alright, we're going to lay this to the side then. We're done with it for a minute. Then we're going to take F, which is this one, and D, which is this one. Let me see how we're going to sew these together. Give me just a minute to process this. I think it's like this. So, yeah, we're going to sew these just like this. So we're going to have to turn these around. You know what? I got a little mixed up. I'm going to make sure I have them in the right sides. So this is D. Yep. And this is F. Yep. So I have them correct. So now we're just going to fold this over. Just one of them. And sew down this side. And I am going to put a pin in that because I've already gotten a little confused once. We're just going to put a pin in the side here. And then do the same here. And we're sewing this side. So I'm just going to put a pin here. I'm going to lay these to the side and let's go sew them up. The pin wasn't really for me to hold it. It was just to make sure I sew the right side. The correct side. So once it's on the sewing machine correctly, I can remove the pin, which is what I did. Cut that off. And this one we're going to iron to F, which is the small print, which is this print. Could have just confirmed that there, but, well, you know. Now, we're going to take these and lay them right there like that, and we're going to sew these two together. I was wrong. We're ironing this to D. Silly me. Iron it to D. So now we're just going to fold this down. And I really enjoy these pre-cut corners here. You're going to want to try to line your seam up here on the inside is going to line up right across that point, but the corners help you do that. We're going to pop one in there too, just for the fun of it. Now we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to fold it down. I'm going to line up the end. And my seam in the middle, it's gonna go right across there. Actually, I'm gonna use that there. And then I'm gonna redo this one. And I'm just gonna hold the beginning because I'm gonna do it first. Alright, next one. Iron them open, see what we've got. And these we're going to iron to the half square, I don't know what you call that, half hourglass block. So I'm going to trim all these down, but I am going to do it off camera because I can't give away the sizes. So actually I'm going to pause the video and trim this one because we'll add to this one. So I'll be right back. You won't even know I'm gone. Alright, I've trimmed those up. Didn't take much at all, just some shreds really. So now we're going to make 4 of these. This is C, so it's going to go here. And E is going to go here. And we're just going to sew these together. They're half square triangles. So we're going to just line them all up. I'm just going to lay them down here right next to my sewing machine. So they're all good. It doesn't really matter. You're not going to mess these up. As long as they're opposites and right sides together, you're good. We're just going to sew these all up. So and then we'll be right back. Or we're going to go sew it and then we'll move on. Next one. Let me cut this first one off because it looked to me like it went a little crooked. And I want to redo it. There. I will keep going. Sorry, I keep forgetting when I have my hand there, it makes the screen really bright. Iron these open. To E. Which piece was E? E was... No. Yeah. E is this piece? I don't... Oh, yeah, I do have that piece. I don't know what I was thinking. Clearly I wasn't. Alright, so I'm gonna just pause it again, trim these to what they need to be, make sure they're correct, and I'll be right. Alright, it was just as I suspected. They were correct, just the way they are. So we're gonna lay them with E facing down to the left. Next we're gonna go to B, which is this one, and we're gonna add it to the top of them. So we're just gonna fold it down and sew that to two of them. Actually, I'm sorry, we're only doing that to two of them. Just two. So we're gonna do that, and then give me just a minute. We'll be right back. Why do I keep saying that? We're going to the sewing machine. You're going with me. There is no we'll be right back. And then the next one. So this one. That one off for next time. And these are going to be ironed to the half square triangle, actually. Now we're going to sew these. They should look the same. We're going to sew these to this. Just like that. So we're going to fold this over. If you follow the instructions, your seams are going to be going opposite ways and they'll nest. And pin at the beginning and at the end. And then we'll do this one. Same thing, we're going to nest the seam first. This is pretty easy to put together so far. I mean, it's a little more in depth from what I usually do, but I like it. I'm just going to hold this one. So we're going to head over and sew it up. And then this one, Whoops. So I did buy the Oops kit, because, well, why not? It was $15, I want to say, but it was, for me, you know, I make mistakes. We're going to iron this to the big block side. So the one we made the first time, we're going to iron it to that side. For me, it was worth it to have the extra. Now, if they do say if they fail to send you something, or even if you make a mistake, they say if you contact them, they'll send it to you. I don't know. I wanted to be sure. So now we're going to take our other two half square triangles, again with E facing to the lower left, and we're going to sew these to A. A is going to go on this side, on the left, and our remaining B squares are going to go on the right. So we're just going to sew these two rows together. So we're just going to, like we do when I do a regular block, we're going to sew these two, and then I'm going to cut it, and we're just going to sew the other one. So let's head on over. This is going to be a bit of a long video, so I don't know if the only people watching are going to be the people doing it, but I hope it's helpful. Grab the next one. Right, we're going to cut the first one off, and we're going to sew the remaining block in that row to the half square triangle. I love these fabrics. I should have bought the bigger kit. That's what I should have done, because they are beautiful and I love them. I bought the smaller kit because I wasn't sure I would like it, but now I want the bigger one. Well, it slipped on me. Give me a minute. Also, if you have that issue, pin, 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 pin. Maybe I'll go back and see if I can get the bigger kit of it. Alright, so now we're going to iron, and we iron to, we're going to iron both of them to A side. So, I don't know, the one on the left. When you lay it out the way it was when we prepped it, we're ironing it to A, to the left. Yeah, that's right. Now we're going to attach these strips to this. So we're going to lay this back out like this, and A is going to get ironed here. Ironed later, but right now it's going to get pinned. So we're just going to flip that up. So these two are going to be the same fabric. If you've done it right, which hopefully you have, they're going to be the same fabric. And then we're going to line up the seams and the beginning and the end, just like always. And then we're going to do the same on this one. So my seams just started to bend the wrong way, so I just ironed it there. And at the end, the other seam. And at the beginning. And the reason I'm pinning that one is because this one doesn't seem to match up for me, see? So I'm not sure. Well, it does, I guess. We're going to pin it again there in the middle too. And I'll try to work it through nicely. So let's go over and get that started. I don't know if that worked, but we'll see later, I guess. I don't even care if it didn't. These fabrics are beautiful. All right, we're done. Let's see. We're ironing this one to the big block. So up towards the bigger part of the block we made. Look at that. Whatever. I did get it to line up though. It's beautiful. I love it. You can't really tell because that little piece is blue, but it does line up almost perfectly. So there it is. Clue A. Clue 1. Clue something. Let's move that so the picture is better. Clue 1. It's clue 1. And ours look just like that. If you look. See? Alright. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope it helps with yours. And I will see y'all next time. Have a great day.